So they were talking about the cover up with about Castor. I do believe. He was wanting to claim the credit for Castor's defeat. Lord Archibald. Lord Archibald. Anyhow. Hello and welcome back to Fate Zero. This time is episode 16 of the sub. Live Rereaction. Cool guy for you. I'm gonna hold off on a snack until I get done with this one. I think we can get through it. Wasn't feeling good earlier, but now I am. So that's good. It's pretty interesting doing Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night on Limited Blade Works back to back, kind of. So we are really preparing for Heaven's Feel movie trilogy. I hope other people are prepared for that. I'm prepared. But the thing is, one wouldn't know whether to wait for just the first one, because the wait is going to be killer. The wait is going to be killer in between the movies. So one might ought to wait for all three. Hey. Oh my gosh. She cut right through it in one streak. Oh my gosh, look at all that. Knocked her out. Oh yeah. She bandaged her up. What the heck? Shooting it? They're up to something. Oh boy. All the moving pieces, amazing. He wanted to keep Carriot alive. He's thrilled for Carriot to live on. He's trying to coax him. He won. And he doesn't even... He don't even have command of Lancer, and yet he's getting a seal back. What? Oh my goodness. He killed the source of additional command spells. Command seals. Uh-oh, Lancer knows. He found. Mocking him. Sola, I said Aya earlier. Why did I say Aya? Must have been thinking of Nero Mosaic. That's why he kind of has the charm. Noble battle. Jeez, he's high up on his horse. The detail right there. They found Lancer due to Kritsugu somehow tracing him with magic. Magic trial. Fiance, so they're not married. Transform. Battle 2.0. That glowing sword is cool. She's going one-handed. So they're having a noble battle. Fiona. Love the sounds. Oh, shoot. His worst nightmare. Good gosh. Self-Gias scroll. Unbreakable contract. Magic. Binding. Critical. Sounds good. You can't harm them. Can't be done. Bind soul even in death. He has to give up the archbolts. Oh boy. Woohoo. Time's a ticking, boy. Oh man, what a dilemma. He's crying about it. Jeez. He's got to save her. Skewered. Lancer to suicide. This is crazy dark. He just wanted a noble fight. Maybe because I mentioned that word, this will be demonetized. Great. That does not look good. its honor. My blood tainted dreams of the thick cursed. That was really dark. Saber was just stunned in horror. Oh my gosh, blood everywhere. Oh, that look. She's gone. Indirectly. That is one of the darkest scenes in anime. Oh my gosh. And then he can't just... Saber has to. Oh man. Man, it's getting heavy between them. Jeez. See, I love the tactics of Fate Zero. I'm not gonna talk to her. Huge beef between them. Trash talking her time. Battling ideals. Battling perspectives. I doubt that. That's a lot. Jeez. Look at this. He's willing to go the distance. I can go the distance. Oh. Iris field going down. Terminus of honor. Trying to pronounce, but there's those times where you're not gonna even try. Mama Ure donne Kokoro ni anata ga furete Mirai wa kegari no inai suyosode. She sings it way better than I could ever. Anyhow, this was Fate Zero, episode 16. Lancer's dead. His master's dead. His master's fiancée dead. Kuritsugu took care of them all. Lancer just wanted a fair fight. He wasn't even granted that. It was ripped from him. That Lancer scene and then the scene that followed with Archibald and Sola. I did see the other names right before. It was two different chicks. The 8th contract. Okay. Anyhow, yeah. This was definitely, and that's the thing I like about Phase Zero more than Unlimited Blade Works as well. It's got a lot darker tone, and I like that more serious dark tone to it than Unlimited Blade Works. So in that sense, I find Phase Zero better. I don't know what other people think, but it would be interesting to hear. But anyhow, yeah, this was definitely, this episode contained within that Lancer scene and the scene after the contract took effect. That combined, that is some of the darkest stuff in anime I've ever seen. Some of it. The only, the first other top thing that comes to mind would be, ReZero episode 15. That's the first thing that would come to mind. That was a peak in anime itself, but back to this, extremely dark. Lancer to go out in such a way to be forced to skewer himself and not get the battle he sought, and the way he was just dying and the look in the eyes, that was really, like, if you were seeing that for the first time, that would be really, really dark and disturbing. And then the scene that followed up, excellently done. The slow-mo, the blood splatter, the landing of Sola on the ground and, kind of ragdolling and flopping like that. I think they even had the sound of her hitting the ground. And even before that, the shot. I mean, that is dark. That is really dark. So, you know, having seen Fate Zero plenty, I mean, that's like whatever, normal because I've seen it, but gosh dang, you can bet other people seeing that for the first time, that is extremely dark. That is extremely dark. Two people who think they're safe. The guy trying to protect his fiancée. And even having her, him in a wheelchair, and him having her, the bullets probably going through both of them. At least some of them. I don't know, depending on angle. And yet he would probably have wanted to be in front of her if he could have been. So even if he was, you know, kind of a dirtbag, he still tried to protect her. So, but two people getting assassinated like that, oh my goodness. Such a greatly crafted together scene. Really, really good. Kuretsugu deceived him. She was like unconscious anyway, so she didn't really experience it like the other guy did. She had already lost however much boatloads of blood, so she was unconscious, and that just did the trick. She was gone. I'm pretty sure she was gone. I would like to think that she was gone. That is disturbing. And because I said the Lancer bit of what the action is called, I don't know if this video is going to get censored or not. I wish I didn't say that word. So that's a little bit of a downer, but nonetheless, we got through episode 16. Lots of progression. Another servant down. So Caster's out, Assassin's out, Lancer's out, Kirei's around, Carrier's around. And as I did say earlier, I did say the one name right, I think. Because there was Sola and Aya. Or maybe I said called one the other, whatever. And I was close. Yeah, just one of the darkest scenes. Both of those. More so the assassination, but dark scenes. I mean, seeing that kind of stuff, I mean, you gotta even keep that in mind. That's not even good to be normalized, to be honest. Really, really, really. That is some dark stuff. Jeez. But we got Berserker, Archer, Rider, Saber, so it's down to 4. It's down to 4 with 9 episodes left, I think. Kuretsugu took care of both of them in case they would recontract. Jeez. And then him and Saber duking it out. There's a lot of discussion to be had. There's a lot. You know, his ideal. Very, very tricky. do whatever it takes to save the most people, in of itself involves doing evil deeds, like what we saw in this episode. So it gets tricky. There's some tricky questions, and I'm sure there's lots of good discussion one could talk about with that sort. In all sorts of different situations, is it better to do the evil or not to do the evil, depending on this and that? That gets into some heavy stuff. In a general sense, I would say you don't want to be in the wrong in the first place, so you shouldn't do whatever evil to do a greater good. So, but if you add more situational context to it, it gets really tricky. But I would probably hold to that position of not this, not that, even if it would bring about something greater. I think it makes sense. It's a very tough one, but you don't want to be in the wrong. And if you enter into the wrong just to bring about something greater, I don't think that's good. But I mean, to protect the world from a greater evil by doing lesser evil, that gets so tricky. But in a general simplistic sense, I would say, from all I've heard about that and thought about that and read about that kind of a thing, the best to do, I will stick with it, to not get in the wrong in the first place, to not do the evil. Don't do whatever evil act to bring about the greatest, best, It's like, I don't know. No, I'm not going to even give an example. But anyhow, we rambled a long time. Wow. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more Fate Zero subbed. Next time is episode 17. We're getting there. Do keep in mind I got typicals down below, including a playlist link and a donate link. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this episode and all sorts of whatever you got. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I will see you up ahead. Thanks for watching. Take care, cool.